Thanks to EA for sending me the patch notes early. Here's everything new coming in the mid-season update for Apex Legends Season 26. Kicking things off, we've got a bunch of Legend meta updates coming this season, starting off with Mad Maggie. The firing animation for Mad Maggie's drill has been sped up by 10%, and the drill now comes out immediately after releasing the button instead of being delayed by a few frames. As for her ultimate Wrecking Ball, the throw animation has been sped up by 25%. The Wrecking Ball is now more reliable at moving around and over obstacles. Explosions deal more damage to players, dealing up to 25 damage, up from 20. The Wrecking Ball's lifetime has been reduced from 10 seconds down to 7 seconds. Speed pads will increase the movement speed for 3.5 seconds instead of 2, and they will give fortified buffs for the duration of using them, but doesn't stack on characters that already have fortified, like Gibby or Caustic. The speed pads now only last 20 seconds though, instead of 60 seconds. They also deactivate after 6 seconds of being used, and no longer drop from the final explosion of the Wrecking Ball. Maggie's upgrades have also seen a bit of a shuffle in this update, with the auto-reloading shotgun perk being removed and a new perk being added in, which allows her to sprint with SMGs and pistols in her hand at full speed. Her fireball upgrade has also been buffed to drop magma patches along the ground, and gives Maggie a 50% fire damage reduction from all sources. When talking about the changes to Maggie, the dev said Mad Maggie was effective in certain circumstances, but we wanted to give her a bit more reliability and team utility to compete against other legends. It's now easier to get both the tactical and ultimate to go where you want them to go. The fortified speed pads give her and her team a stronger option to both push and rotate, and the new gun running upgrade allows her to have more flexibility in close range weapons that she can use effectively. I'm actually really curious to see what you guys think of the Maggie changes, so like the video if you think Maggie might actually come into the meta for once. The next legend seeing massive changes in this mid-season update is Seer. I know, I'm concerned as well. The first of the long list of changes coming to Seer applies to his passive. For Seer's heartbeat sensor, there is now one constant heartbeat instead of differing beats for each enemy. The UI and audio pulse to indicate where heartbeat scans happen. The directional waveforms are taller or shorter depending on whether the enemy is close or far away from you, and the UI's general visibility has been increased. We're also seeing massive changes to Seer's tactical, including reducing the weapon holster time when using his tactical with a gun out by 60%. Scanning someone with a tactical now gives Seer a speed boost for 4 seconds. The scan duration has been increased alongside the slow duration, but the silence duration has been reduced massively from 8 seconds to 2.5. Cooldown on Seer's tac has been reduced to 20 seconds from 30. There's a slightly longer delay before the scan goes off. The VFX have been adjusted as well, including extra clarity on the AoE effects that let you know when a scan will hit. And for his ultimate, Artist Reach upgrade has been improved and made permanent, increasing throw range to 50 meters from 15. The sphere radius has been increased, now 38 meters up from 34. Seer gains enhanced jumping and ADS hover while inside any exhibit. No, I don't know what ADS hover is either. A threat indicator that enemies will see within 15 meters of the center has been added, and a throw pitch while aiming has been adjusted so that you don't have to aim as far up to get longer throws. Going over to Seer's upgrades, Artist Reach has been removed and added to the base kit. Ultimate cooldown has also been removed, and 2 new blue upgrades have been added in their place, including one that shows the location of enemies that leave your exhibit for up to 5 seconds after they leave, and one that makes your tactical recharge 4 times faster whilst you're in your ultimate. And for his purple upgrades, Long View has been removed and added into the base kit, and a new perk called Energizing Focus has been added, regenning 25 shields when hitting an enemy with a tactical. It's also worth noting that Split Focus also no longer has a downside. For Seer, the devs said that we felt it's time to bring Seer back into the meta for the first time in a long time. He has been popular before, but his strength usually came at the cost of being extremely frustrating to play against. We're aiming to have Seer to be fun to play with more in-combat power, but avoiding some of the issues that made him feel super oppressive as an opponent. Moving away from Legend buffs and onto Legend nerfs, Ash is getting nerfed heavily in this update. Her dash cooldown is increased to 12 seconds from 8 seconds, and the dash gives you less of a boost when not dashing in the direction that you're looking at. Her arc snare breaks more easily and is now a 6-second duration instead of 8 seconds. It also has less pulling strength and doesn't deal damage to enemy body shields. Lastly, Ash's 2 blue upgrades have been removed with 2 fresh ones coming into the mix, including an increased phase breach range by 25 meters or a reduced phase breach cooldown by 30 seconds. The dev said that despite recent nerfs, Ash has stayed at the top of the pack for a long while. We want to bring her back in line with the rest of the cast, and in particular, a longer cooldown on her dash alongside the dual breaches removal should make it easier to punish Ash's misplays. Sparrow is also getting some minor changes in this update, with his track duration on his tracker dart lasting 12 seconds instead of 15, but he's also getting a nice minor buff in that there will be new VFX if you line up a tracker dart correctly on a survey beacon. His Stinger Bolt ultimate is getting nerfed in this update, with its full health going from 550 down to 400. Being inside a friendly Sparrow ult will now slow Sparrow's team and Sparrow himself, but the Stinger Bolt has been made slightly easier to aim. He's also getting a minor change to one of his upgrades, with extra traps giving you 1 additional tracker dart instead of 2. For Sparrow, the devs said that his continued popularity surfaced some frustrating elements in his kit. In particular, they wanted to make sure the Stinger Bolt is easier to take down with 1 or 2 people, and making his tracking not lock opponents down for too long. But they also included a couple of quality of life improvements related to aiming his abilities. And the final nerf I think everyone's going to be absolutely gassed for in this update is the changes to Caustic. He's getting 2 nerfs in this update, with the damage from gas ramping up more slowly, increasing every 2 ticks instead of every tick, and aim punch being removed when taking damage from gas. For the Stink Boy, the devs said that Caustic's recent improvements succeeded in bringing him back into the meta, but there were a couple of areas that they felt they went too far, and they wanted to bring him back in line. There's also going to be a bunch of changes to attachments and hop-ups in this update, with the main change here being that hop-ups are going to require more damage to activate, and also that Turbocharger is coming to the Havoc and the Devotion. Now, for the weapon meta changes this split, we're seeing the Devotion getting the Turbocharger removed for getting purple attachments, seeing as it gets it from a hop-up now. The Bowcheck is getting a small buff with a faster charge time with frag grenades and also slightly better hipfire spread. The Wingman is also getting a small buff up to 50 damage for a body shot, but the Skull Piercer headshot damage stays unchanged at 96. The Peacekeeper's also getting nerfed with an increased blast pattern size when choked, hopefully meaning you won't get hit for 100 every time someone shoots you with this thing. And the Mastiff's getting an increased delay before firing when drawing the weapon to better match other shotguns, whatever that means. This split's map rotations are going to be E-District, Kings Canyon, and Olympus for pubs. And in Wildcard, it's going to be KC as normal, up until October 14th, in which it goes to Kings Canyon nighttime. And speaking of Wildcard, there's going to be a brand new Wildcard takeover coming in this split as well. And according to the patch notes, Rampart comes in with a new weapon collab with Fuse on the flatline. This collab weapon has bullets occasionally explode on impact and will place a bomb on knocked enemies. You can defuse a bomb on your knocked teammates by reviving them, and during the event, players will be able to find more explosive gear in the loot pool with the chance of finding an EPG. The Wildcard Replicator upgrades have also been changed for this takeover too, with 8 brand new upgrades coming, including reviving teammates with additional health and shields, players gaining the ability to carry +1 ordnance, marking enemies damaged by your explosives, frag grenade knockback getting increased, gaining purple body armor, stowed weapons automatically reloading after several seconds, instantly reloading a weapon on knock, and enemies exploding when knocked. And yeah, that's everything coming in this mid-season update. If you want to see a Watson bikini skin in the next update, then make sure to subscribe.